Hello everyone and welcome back to Destiny. We are now in the week before Hotfix 2.5.0.1. This update is scheduled to drop February 14th and will bring with it the long-awaited Sandbox update, which will focus on the effectiveness of primary weapons in the Crucible. If you want to learn more about what you can expect in that hotfix, I went over it in much more detail in my previous video. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check that out. But anyways, in this video we'll take a look at the weekly activities with the return of some super fun modifiers. So let's get into it. Starting with the Nightfall this week, we have the Dust Palace. The modifiers this week are Voidburn, Berserk, Ironclad, and Catapult. And yes, that's Voidburn and Catapult yet again. And of course that means that Voidwalker Warlocks will have a lot of fun this week. If you want to check out how to best take advantage of these modifiers, check a previous video of mine where I go into the build in much more detail. But this week I decided to focus on my Hunter and find some creative ways to take advantage of Night Stalker. But as I quickly found out, it's not really that difficult of a Nightfall this week, mainly because there aren't very many enemies that shoot Void. So just go in with your best Void weapons and you should do fine. Of course, one of the reasons this Nightfall is so easy is because you fight the Flayers instead of an Ultra. And for me, I felt like using some abilities that I don't really give that much attention to, and for me it was Predator, which is on the final column of Night Stalker. This skill decreases your Shadow Shot's cooldown, and Void Anchors fired from Shadow Shot become traps that stick to surfaces and wait for prey. I combined this with Quiver in the final encounter to trap the Flayers in their place. Again, my team really didn't need the help with it, but if you're looking to get rid of the Flayers as soon as possible, this can be a neat trick.
Nice work. I'll let the Vanguard know the Flayers are dead.
Moving on to the Siva Crisis Heroic playlist, we have a fantastic set of modifiers with Solar Burn, Berserk, and Brawler. So break out those solar subclasses and go to town. Moving on to the Crucible this week, thankfully we have a return to Control. Lorchax's bounty is focused on Control, and we have the return of Zone Control for the featured playlist, which I think is a very underrated game type. We also have the return of Mayhem Rumble, which can be a lot of fun. Anyways, that brings us to the end of the video. It's sort of the calm before the storm right now, so not a whole lot going on. Of course, next week is going to be a lot more interesting with the new Sandbox update, and I'm going to be making several videos that'll show the impact of that update on different activities. Remember, Bungie will be live streaming a preview of next Tuesday's Sandbox update tomorrow. I'm super excited to see what exactly Bungie has in store, and I'll be breaking it all down right here. You can watch the live stream at twitch.tv/Bungie. Also be sure to subscribe if you haven't already and turn on notifications so you'll be alerted to when my breakdown of the stream goes live. Aside from that, drop a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe for more Destiny content. And I will see you all next time. Last week, the Destiny Sandbox team lead designer gave us a very general list of goals to fuel our imaginations. His goals included the following. 1. Promote alternatives and counters to shotguns. 2. Align potency of primary weapons with surgical changes. 3. File down a couple of issues from each class. 4. Fix some issues with a sampler platter of exotics. And 5. Supporting adjustments to special ammunition.